I'm 39 now. I started feeling like a man this year. I wanna follow up with my last birthday's video. Yeah, I wasn't forthright in that video. I actually had 5 love interests, but the main love interest I mentioned in that video is the one I wanted to settle with. And this year it was pretty amazing. I all my 5 love interests, my relationships, they peaked and ended all this year. And I had a great time. It was the best year of my life, but it was disappointing. I had to quit all those love interests. Uh, the reason being is, you know, they would spend 2 minutes with me max, being intimate and sexual, and they would forget about me the rest of the day. It's not the sort of love I wanted. I want a girl who's obsessed with me, who would spend all her time with me. But yeah, and I started becoming jealous for justifiable reasons. I started suspecting things going on between them and their neighbors, who are much closer to them than I am, distance wise. I started suspecting them spending a lot of time between them rather than between them and their neighbors, rather than between me, and I was just a secondary thing. And their neighbors, their family, friends, and males. And yeah, it's I was very peeved that they couldn't afford me the intimacy of their presence, while they spend all that time with those males, and they grace them with their beauty in close range. But me, I'm still interacting with them in a far range situation, and like I said, only 2 minutes in a day. And I just had to quit all of them one by one. I was suspecting cheating by them, and one of my love interests left. She's not here anymore. Uh, they try to, when I stop, they try to do desperate things to get me back, but they don't prevail. I don't like cheating. I know I'm a dog. I'm sort of cheating, but the type of cheating they're doing is actually really worse. It's it invalidates everything we wanted. It goes over every everything that I want. They get their satisfaction from other males and not me. So what place do I have in their life? And yeah, I just had to give them up. These, I'm not talking about trivial relationships here. They're uh, the relationships lasted from 2 to 5 years. You know, they're they go way back, and we both invested a lot of time in them, and yeah, it wasn't an easy decision to quit each of my loved interests because I'm getting older, and it's not likely I'm gonna get another one in the same way. It takes a lot of time investment and a lot of events, the lining up of the stars to get a love interest. And yeah, it's great. They share with me their sexual expressions. It's very satisfying, contentful, but like I say, I want a deeper love, the direct, per in person, uh, face to face, close contact, real thing. But they're busy. Another thing is they're very busy. That's the way life is these days. People really don't have time for that traditional relationship, and that's why I advocate, the future as portrayed in the Demolition Man, how they consummate their relationships, man and woman, how they uh, interact sexually with each other, and they really are very impersonal because the people just are too busy. They don't have time for each other. It's they rather just do it the virtual way and not get bogged down with all the things that sex involves, uh, all the preparation and cleanups and things like that. But it makes sense, and that's why I assert, yeah, people, families no longer exist, should no longer exist in the future. Uh, you know, when people are born, they should be start off independently from the start and just have guides to help them help them on their way growing up, and mother and father would no longer exist, and just people are just are independent from second one, the first second of their lives, um, because like I said, people are too busy. People are selfish, self-centered. They don't want to spend their time raising kids. They want to do their own things, and you know, they just they treat kids as strangers, their own kids, and yeah, they just can't wait until they get out of their house. Well, I say, you know, get rid of this family structure. It's the main problem in this world, creating all sorts of conflicts. And that's the situation. I did risky things for the sake of my love interest, but you know, I try to not break the law as much as possible. But yeah, I quit them, and no, nothing happened. Um, everything was consensual, and yeah, it's just risky these days to interact with women, and but thank goodness, you know, to follow up on my last birthday video. Yeah, I did go that risky route, but thank goodness nothing happened. I was very lucky, and you know, they were accepting of me, and I did everything in the open, and yeah, it was consensual, uh, and so that's the situation. It's a sad one. I think I want to give up on women. It was all the same story with all five of them. I tried to do my darnest to make the outcomes different, to make them communicate with me, get you know, have that be the end result, you know, have a normal girlfriend boyfriend relationship, reach that point, but it never happened. Oh well. But yeah, it's like I say, with all five love interests, it was the same story, and I'm kind of sick of it. uh, they all had the same behavior. uh, they're all pretty much the same, and the one I want to settle with, uh, I hardly see her anymore. So uh, yeah, sad, but sometimes you have to move on. And yeah, this is something I will never get to experience, the 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 close connection, you know, uh, mind-wise with a woman. You know, I got the physical connection, but not the you know, I got the infatuation and the things like that, the feeling of love, but not the mind connection, the emotional support, someone backing you up, someone unconditionally, you know, being on your side, and trying to prop you up in every way. But It's not gonna happen. People are just too busy. The people have their own things. Yeah. So I'm moving on. I'm gonna quit woman. Uh, yeah. So I it was a great. It was the best year of my life, and yeah, I have the burden of a lot of negativity from my family members. So although I have the comfort and uh, I don't get work, exhausted. I never worked. I don't have to work, so I have a very comfortable life. But uh, the negativity of my family members burdens me emotionally and physically uh, in a painful way. But this year was the best year, and yeah, that burden is still there. But I got to do a lot of things, invent a lot of things, not as much as I invented the previous year, but I got the satisfaction of doing a lot of things, and my standard of living continues to go up. I'm not sure if it's gonna go up any further this year. I hope it does. Yeah, it already did. I got my a water flosser, Waterpik water flosser. Shout out to Waterpik. It's the best product I've bought. Uh, uh, I don't think you can compare it with other things, but yeah, it's the best. Yeah, yeah, I wanna say it's the best product I ever bought because my oral hygiene, cleaning my teeth is now the number one thing in my life. Taking care of my teeth, because if you have bad teeth, you're gonna be miserable as heck. uh, your life is gonna be in ruins, and that's why I claim world peace can be achieved with Waterpik water flossers. Yeah, so if everyone has a Waterpik and they can clean their teeth immaculately all over the world with minimal, with just the expense of water and some electricity, everyone is gonna be happy and they're not gonna want to make conflict. Well, I started trading stocks again, this time with my own money, just a measly $4,000, and it's been the funnest. That's the best way to go. Uh, if you wanna invest in the stock market with very little money that you don't care if you lose, and yeah, I've been enjoying it a lot because the fair aspect of it is gone, and I get to do whatever I want without it's my money, and without being afraid, risking much, and I get to try different strategies. And yeah, it's a very smart thing to start off with such little money, so you can uh, uh, tune your skills in the stock market, and it's a bit exhausting though. I enjoy it a lot. It's like a video game, and but it's very you keep yourself on top of uh, the business world, on top of the happenings in the world, you know, what the products are out there, innovations, everything. It's very educational to engage the stock market, but it consumes your life. It preoccupies you, and you no longer. It affects your relationships. That's for sure. You no longer want to do anything else but study companies and stocks and things like that. And the thing is with the stock market is that it's a black box. There are masters behind it, uh, who control everything, who have all the information, and you're just grasping your way blindly, and you're at a big disadvantage, while those who actually can make a lot of money, those who own the stock market or operate it, they're the one who get to take all the to to take all the information, privileged information, and use them for their benefit to profit significantly. But yeah, it's every time I go into a stock market, something horrible happens. This time, the coronavirus. Last time it was when I was trading with my mother's money. It was the trade wars between China and uh, the first time I started trading stocks. It was a bear market, and it was very horrible. You could never win. So uh, it's it's a thing to do. It's a smart thing to get into investing in stocks, and I hope to get rich from it. But I just want, if I can accumulate enough cash to uh, treat my teeth. I wanna replace my so mercury fillings with implants. I wanna take the two teeth out and put implants in place. It's a pretty expensive, $5,000 a tooth. So if I can get just that to get money just to do that from the stock market, I'll be a very happy man. Uh, yeah, and yeah, it's a scary time we're in. Very scary time with the coronavirus. There's lots of uncertainty because China is shut down, and that's basically throwing a wrench in the gears and of the world. You know, China makes a lot of most products people buy throughout the world. So uh, there's a huge risk the standard of living of everyone is gonna fall significantly. I mean, the dollar stores can't stock their goods anymore. All stores and other stores can stock their goods. Walmart, no one can. And if this virus spreads, you know, human production is just gonna get less and less. And yeah, so it's a bit worrisome time. And uh, getting old. Uh, yeah, I'm starting. Like I say, I'm starting to consider I have started to consider myself a man, and you know, it's not a thing for me anymore. I'm not gonna go back. It's not possible to go back, you know, and have that young face, that pristine body. It's just that's over. You just have to accept your new stage in life, and yeah, what that pertains, I have to learn uh, as I go along. Yeah, um, I can't pretend like I'm young anymore and chase the young girls. Uh, uh, I'm gonna try to be sensible and not pathetic. Uh, and yeah, um, hopefully I'll try my best, but you never know. Um, and that's it. It's the outlook. I'm a bit concerned. I'm a bit concerned with this virus. It's out of control. There's no stopping it, and hopefully a vaccine can be made uh, that will do the trick. And yeah, that's what I look into this year. I go in it with caution, and yeah, and I'm a bit exhausted because of trading, and I hope I can uh, stabilize my daily schedule, and I can make it sensible so I'm not staying up at odd hours, and you know, I return to a traditional schedule. And 39, some people say it's the funnest, their 40s was the funnest year of their lives, you know, about this age range. Well, we'll see. And yeah, another thing I'm gonna leave you with is it's true what the rich people say. When you no longer happiness is when you no longer have to deal with the a-holes in your life, and it's very been very true in my life, you know, not dealing with the a-holes, particularly my oldest brother. Ever since I stopped having contact with him, you know, my happiness has gotten greater and greater, and yeah, the less a-holes, I have to deal with, the happier I am. And take this advice: get rid of the a-holes in your life, uh, but be compassionate about it. Don't ruin them financially or things like that, uh, or cut them off, because that's not right. Uh, yeah, but if you can, without hurting yourself or others, yeah, get rid of the a-holes that you can practically and rightfully and ethically do.